So in this video, I'm going to go over a few things. For one, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. If you think it's going to help you or your friends out or anyone you think this will help, please share it. I need 1,000 subscribers. And shout out to Rounded Edges, by the way. I would like to do a podcast with this man and a few other people that I talk to. Luca, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I'd like to do a podcast with you. A couple other people. And I'm sure we could do it and just upload it to this channel or another channel. But this is the issues, my friends, is I would like to do live streams on here and for you guys to be able to interact with me. And I can't do this until I have 1,000 subscribers. I'm like 300 off. So I don't want to resort to this, but I'm going to. My birthday is in a month. Help a brother out. Happy early birthday. Then Christmas is right after the corner. You need to help me out for my birthday, and you need to help me out for my brother Jesus' birthday, because that's right around the corner. So, I've laid out traps for you guys. The number one and only trap really is this God trap, and I can go into it here momentarily. You're born here, and it's so seductive too. That God trap is so seductive and appealing, and just it hits you in all the right spots. So you're born here, insert a religion, it doesn't matter. You're told about this God character, and it's a feel-good story, a feel-good thing. Someone's watching out for you, which someone is watching out for you. It's just you gotta narrow the gap. And then they start talking crazy, and you realize that there's something up with this God character. Any religion, pick a religion, it's all the same. And then, even if you get into spirituality, this God character is prominent. Realize this. So if you get into spirituality, they're just talking about the source and the universe and all this stuff. And then they tell you, well, I got a piece. This is the biggest trap, too. Well, I got a piece of God in me. I'm a part of God. I'm a fragment of God, right? Because you want to believe this. The reason it's so ridiculously seductive and appealing is because you want to believe it. The truth is so beautiful, but yeah, it will rock your fucking world so it's much easier to want to pretend there's something outside of you that's done all this, and you're just an innocent bystander that got here, right? Easily. It's easy to want to believe that. But here's the thing, you're not a part of God, you're not a fragment of God, you're not a tool for God. You are, listen to me very, 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 very carefully. You are the whole thing. The whole thing. You just got to accept it and admit it, my friend. So that's the God trap in a nutshell. Now let's go into the main point of this video. For one, I figured out everyone's problem and how to solve the problem, and that starts with you. I'm going to explain what I mean by that, but first let me get into this part. The biggest trap, I've laid out the traps, but really they stem from this God trap, but let's get into it. The biggest trap of all is lying to yourself and believing your own bullshit. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'll clarify. What I mean by this is you will lie to yourself. I'm going to give you an example with me, and this is going to go into, well, I figured out everyone's problem and we can fix it. And it all starts with self-love and love, but you got to go through this process I just went through to do it. Now, before I get into this, I voluntarily, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that I do not recommend going to hell, because you can visit hell right here, just like you can visit anything else here, and it's fucking horrible. It's miserable. So, I voluntarily sent myself to hell purposely 2 weeks ago, just because I knew I knew I was lying to myself. It was like that voice in my head said, man, you got to quit lying to yourself. Like, you're lying to yourself and you're believing your own bullshit. So then it really hit home with me, like, dude, you're. And then some mystical stuff happened. This was not on psychedelics either, by the way. I've had more mystical experiences off psychedelics at this point than I have on them, which is crazy. That might be a lie. It's about equal. Just put it like this. I was hit in the face with truth, and I saw what's behind this illusion, and it's fucking beautiful. I remember it too. This is the crazy part. I remember doing this before. I've done this before. I remember waking up and what it really means to wake up. And this stuff gets real. Like it, I'm not saying it's not real now, but what I'm saying is the texture, the colors, the sense of community and love with people is real. Like this shit gets real in a good way. So I was hit in the face with all this at one point, at one time, voluntarily sent myself to hell, and I went back. I hit rock bottom. This is something. I hit rock bottom, which is a great thing, because rock bottom does not mean what I thought it meant, by the way, so don't take this as like anything negative. Rock bottom just means you pretty much hit the core of yourself, that part that does not break, bend, and that part that does not doubt, that part that loves, believes, and fucking knows. That's the part you want to reach. So I hit that, got my vision back, set a clear picture of what to do, and I went back in my own mind and realized where this went to shit at. You know, I should have listened to myself a lot sooner. It probably would have worked out. So, I did create a character. This is no exaggeration. So, at the age of 13 or 14, I had trust issues with some friends, with a girl I was dating, and my father. Now, this isn't all the same time frame. It's my teenage years, you could say. So, I built up a character, and I started lying to myself. And I guess this cut down really deep on me, and I felt some like insecurities and some. I guess I felt like I wasn't good enough, and I really thought that everyone in this place was like that. So I painted a picture of reality based on a few people, and started lying to myself, telling myself, "This is how you got to be to get it through here. This is how you have to be to fit in here." So. At that point, Blake was the real me. I don't even want to say Blake. At that point, I was dead, and I was taken over by a character I created. Now, here's the beautiful news, though. That character you created, that's something you still need a piece of that with you. The piece of that character, remember, a controlled monster. What do I mean by a controlled monster? Well, I mean someone that is loving, kind, and caring and compassionate, but does not take any bullshit. That's what you got to be. So I started lying to myself about what type of place this world was. I started lying to myself about what kind of person I was. And every day I would lie, manipulate, and put on a fake persona of something that I was not in order to get by here. And then I just kept doing it over and over and over and over. So I lied to myself. I believed my own bullshit, and I painted a picture of reality based on this, and that's how reality presented itself to me. So what does that tell you? Does that not give you a clue about how powerful you are? If you can pinpoint and know that whatever you view about reality, that there will be evidence provided to you, and this place will present itself that way. Does this not tell you something? So, pretty much what I'm saying in this video is this is the problem with everyone. This is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. This is not me claiming some grand thing, even though I've claimed many of grand things that you can verify. Childhood, this is not original either. It's not like I came up with this, but I can verify this, and I know through fixing myself how to fix you. So here we go. Childhood trauma morphed into, and also you're in a movie too, but I don't know if we can break out of that and prevent this. We probably can't. You're not in the movie now. This is free fucking will right here, brother. This is free will. So, what I'm really considering is, I don't know. But all I'm saying is childhood trauma, crazy stuff that happens in a teenage years, the way that the mind works, the way that you want to fit in, the way you want to do whatever here, it slowly creates a monster, and then you get sucked into this system of bullshit out here. I mean, realistically. I love this place. I love it to death. You can make this place heaven. You absolutely can. If you choose to shut out a lot of the world, you can make it heaven. But let's be honest. For this truly to be heaven, the content has to change. The others have to wake up a little. You know what I'm saying? Open their heart a little. And we can make it heaven, my friends. Like, this is no joke and exaggeration or anything. You can make it heaven just by sitting back and shutting it out and building the reality around you as heaven. I've done it. You can do it. What I'm proposing is we turn the whole system upside down, change the content, and write out heaven here. Heaven. You know, like heaven. And it's right behind here too, my friends. I'm going to make another grand claim. I saw heaven right behind here, and it's here. A game of form and the play of life. Remember this, because it's literally what we're doing. And behind the curtain is the real world. You know what I mean? There is a veil over this place that is not real. It's an illusion. Behind the veil is real reality. I have something deep within me tells me this. I saw it. I feel it. I can remember it. So we're going to enter fucking paradise. And if it don't work out the way I thought it did or would, I'm sorry. I will still help you guys to paradise. Because there's only one of us here. And if one of us wakes up, we can turn it into heaven. So, where was I even at? See, I got all sidetracked, man. So, the lying to yourself and believing your own bullshit is horrible. Don't do it. So, anytime that you're looking outside of yourself for guidance, support, help, or a higher power, you're lying to yourself. Anytime you doubt yourself, anytime you do not believe in yourself, every time that you tell yourself stories about the type of person you are, you're lying to yourself. The voice you need to connect with up here is the voice of you talking to you, not you thinking. There's a very distinct difference in you thinking and you talking. You got to realize this. And if you connect with that voice is caring, loving, kind, compassionate, it's motivational, it's supportive, and it does give you constructive feedback. Good constructive feedback in a positive, caring, loving way. So, connect to that and quit lying to yourself. Best way I can put it. So, I'm going to end this video. It is a game of form and the play of life. I am you talking to you. Listen very, very, very carefully. I am you talking to you. So is everyone else here. I love you. So love yourself fully. Heal yourself fully. And then let's wake up, shall we?